As you turn away from healing through the thoughts and you turn into healing energetically, the thoughts quiet down, but you get into this space where it just seems like there's something there that you just are not really aware of, right? The thoughts are quieting down. They're not consuming as much attention or as much energy, but there's an underlying tenseness or stuckness in the body, in the nervous system, that almost it acts like a program, like a virus or an operating system that's really there all the time. And you may not even be aware of it. You may be unconscious to it. So, for example, if you have a feeling that maybe something is, like something bad's going to happen or the other shoe is going to drop, or, I'm feeling kind of okay. My thoughts are quiet, but still something really feels off. What is it? Something out there that's bad is going to happen. That's that underlying operating system really within the nervous system. And it's been programmed in there since you were little. And now, since you've navigated through the weeds of all the overthinking and the thoughts, you're left just with this feeling of almost unwell, or something's just not quite right. And you can't identify it in your thoughts per se, but it's just a feeling. And that feeling, my guide explains it to me as you're digging down and you got through the weeds, you got through the dirt, and you hit like this layer of concrete. And he's always showed me this spade or shovel that you need to really bust through that concrete, right? To get into this spaciousness of being able to allow your nervous system to finally let go. Because we spend a lot of time dealing with the thoughts, right? What's coming up in my mental field? What am I thinking? What am I worried about? What's triggering me? And we do spend a lot of time healing that and learning to create space, separating from that, feeling all of that energy. But even when those thoughts, like I said earlier, quiet down, you may still be sitting in this space of feeling like something's not quite right. Like could be unfulfilled, unhappy, not in tune with your purpose. The big one that I hear from a lot of people that I work with is I kind of feel like something's going to happen. Something negative is going to happen, like the other shoe's going to drop kind of thing is what people will say to me. And if that's you, definitely drop a yes in the comments section, okay? Because I've been there. I'm actually feeling a little bit of that right now. And what's happening is my guide keeps showing me that spade, right? You hit the concrete floor. And a lot of people don't get to that concrete floor to even know that it's there, and even let alone try to bust through it, right? Because they're too busy still dealing with the overthinking mind, because they don't have the tools or the know-how or the guidance to know how to get out of that field of weeds. But if you've been navigating that, things have been quieting down, yet you find yourself in this feeling of just something's off, something's not quite right, you're right exactly where you need to be. Now, how do you get past that, right? How do you get finally into that, start busting up that concrete? Because underneath that concrete is the real you. And that real you is ready to come forward. It's just been trapped under there by this layer of energy, of dense, stuck energy that's been placed there by your ego, trying to keep you safe, trying to keep you in the known. So in order to bust through that concrete, you really can't do it in the mental field. You can't do it by negotiating with your thoughts. You can't do it by navigating those types of things that are more mental body, mental field, external, right? We perceive these as external, the triggers, those types of things. What you got to do is you got to kind of leave the body behind and enter the quantum field. Okay, so when you've cleared out all those weeds, the mind's starting to get quiet, you're left with this feeling of that something's not quite right. That is an invitation for you to take it deep into meditation and allow yourself to be present with this to the point where you could finally enter that heart space portal and enter the quantum field, enter that multidimensional aspect of you. Your body, your nervous system, you've consciously removed all of that heaviness, all of the overthinking, all of that stuff. It's finally yielding. You're getting a good handle on that, but the nervous system is still running on this default programming of, oh my God, I don't feel safe. Okay. Oh, I just don't feel safe, right? And that is like, it's like a virus, right? Or an operating system, however you want to view it, but it's there. And you weren't aware that it was there until you cleared through all of these rogue thoughts, all of your triggers, all of the stuff you knew about, right? You did the mindset work, you did the energy work, you cleaned all that up, you cleared it away. Now you're left with this overwhelming like stuckness, okay? That something just isn't quite right. Moving into the quantum field will bring energy forward that will create a space, safe space, for your nervous system to finally let go of that. It's like reprogramming the operating system. It's rewiring your nervous system. Okay, the operating system is being completely reprogrammed, right? When you get into a theta brainwave state, that door between the conscious and the subconscious kicks open. And when that door is open, you, the new you, the real you, is allowed to step through. And when that energy becomes available to your body, all of a sudden, all that old circuitry, all that old programming shifts, right? It may only be for a few moments, but in those few moments, you create an energetic signature in your field that your body will remember. And that is a safe space. So your nervous system can finally say, I don't need to be so condensed, so constricted anymore, because now I am feeling safe because of this new energy that you actually brought through from the quantum field. Now, you hold that for as long as you can in meditation, deep meditation, getting into that blackness, that spaciousness, that no mind, no body space, and allow your body, your nervous system to experience that. It will create that signature. It will remember that, okay? Now, when you're out of meditation, it may go back to the old habits. So it's important to continue to go back into that quantum field and further establish that new baseline, that new frequency, because the more you expose your physical body to it, the more it's going to embody it, it's going to ingrain in it, right? It's going to reprogram those habits, the old ways of being, the old habit of the old you, which is this underlying feeling of I'm just not safe, right? It's going to start to feel safe in the energy, and you're going to start to embody the energy. And that's going to create so much space within your physical body for more of your higher self to land, and you're going to literally become multidimensional. Okay, so if you're feeling like I've been doing all this work, the mind is getting quiet, yet something still feels off, doesn't feel quite right, dive into your meditations, dive into the heart space, continue to quiet your mind, allow yourself to move into that spaciousness of no mind, no body, and experience that energy. That energy will come back with you, and your body will experience that. And like I said earlier, your body will remember that energy signature. It will remember that frequency, and it will start to become it. It will start to align with it. And you continue going back to there, and finally your nervous system's going to say, this is amazing, this is safe. At first, maybe it's a little bit, scared of it because it's the unknown, but you consciously hold this, right? You get into that quantum field, you bring that energy back, you feel it. It manifests in your field. It creates that blueprint, right? And your body will become that. Go back to that well continuously, and that underlying unconscious feeling of just something's not quite right will start to lift, and it will be replaced with this new amazing version of you that has amazing amounts of high frequency energy flowing and multidimensional experiences manifesting.